with the controls with your right hand, while this hold keeps the camera steady. You'll also see I put my elbow into my chest here like this, so when I'm holding the camera at any time, it can be steadied against my body. Alright? So that's why the new cameras that have the live view, as they call it, is really a problem, because holding a camera like this and trying to do a photo is actually really, really hard. When you're looking through the viewfinder, the camera moves with your body, and you know exactly where it's looking. So with a smaller camera like this, of course you also have to you have to now take it away a little bit so that you can see the screen, but put your elbows into your chest so that you can be steady, alright? And the one thing that you do not do with either this camera or with that camera is hold it in one hand and go because when you're doing that, the camera starts doing that and you take blurry photos, okay? I'll hold on after that for a minute. So holding your camera and making sure that you're holding it steady is the first part. That's very important. The second part is, where does the light come from? Photography is about light. Photography, in fact, means writing with light. Graphos, writing, graphics, right? Photo is light, photons, right? Yeah. So we are not taking a photo of this beautiful young man here. We are taking a photo of the light that is falling on this beautiful young man here, right? So you have to be aware of where is the light coming from and what do you want to do, and also get some idea of the general, the background, the light quality in the background and in the foreground. If I want to take a photo of him from here, look in the back, you'll see there's very bright sunlight against the walls there. So if my photo is wide, the camera which reads the light is going to interpret all the light in the back there, and it's going to close down and it's going to make his face look dark. Alright? So, let's see.
Beautiful young man.
Alright? So there we go.
No face.
No face. All we can see is it exposed for the background.
Oh.
Alright? Okay?
The ghost.
So, what I did to get this effect is I actually pointed the camera at the light and I pressed the button halfway, because that's when it reads the light. And then I moved it here and I took the photo, and the result is, as I said. If, however, I go close on him and I press the button halfway and I come back, then it exposes properly for the part that you pointed the camera at. Okay, I didn't focus it. Oops, sorry. It didn't focus properly, but you see?
Yes.
And so if you flip between the two, then you'll see. Oh, no.
What makes the difference?
Okay, the difference is from here pointing at the light part, it's exposing for that. So the camera goes to the light, it lets in less light. Getting closer to him and letting the camera read the light off his face exposes directly for that part. And it burns out the back a little bit, but that's okay. We don't worry about the background in this case. Alright? So, if you are taking a photo of somebody against the light like that, then let your camera take the reading from there, or say, can you please turn around so that the light is falling on your face, and then we'll have a better exposed, nice, evenly exposed photo there. You see? So don't be afraid to move your subject around so that the light falls correctly on him or her. Alright. Another interesting and important point is about composition. Yeah, can we see that? Yes. Sorry. So basically we have to choose, when we are taking a photo, between what we call portrait, like this, or landscape, like this. Right? And which one you choose depends on the subject. So if there is many people, if it's a group of people, or it's a landscape or something like this, we usually choose this. If it's something vertical, Taipei 101, or it's someone's close-up or someone's face or something like that, we choose to hold the camera vertically like this, right? Don't use this and put someone's face here, all right? And that's not a good photo because now we've got all this wasted space here and the person is sitting there in the middle of the frame, right? Also, someone exactly in the middle of the frame is not interesting. It's just not visually interesting. There's no, what we call tension. There's no tension inside the frame. So, I see I've got a little light already. But if you want to take someone like this, including the background, because sometimes you want to show someone in their background, right? Then put them about here, about that size, and then we can see something here that improves the understanding of the person. And if you have a portrait like this, again, imagine that there are these lines of thirds, we call them the rule of thirds, running through your frame. Just imagine in your head, and put your major subjects features on those lines, rather than bang in the middle. That will make the picture more interesting and a little bit more dynamic. So, the other part is about talking about the people. And when you're photographing people, you want to reveal something of that person, right? You want to pull out something that shows you who is that person really. And I promise you, this is not a real person, okay? This is an Asian girl's idea of what a photo should look like. Right, you know? I've seen them all. There's a YouTube video that shows them all. They've got the whole list. Do it again. So what I usually do is I let people talk and continue to do whatever they're doing. Make it natural.
Very natural.
And just let and just take a photo, look at what the person is doing, and try to get some little spark. The most important thing though is that we need to see the eyes, okay? The eyes, when you shoot the portrait, are the eyes of the soul, the windows of the soul, we say. So when somebody is looking down or they're blinking the eyes at that moment, that's usually not a very effective photograph. But generally I find people don't like it when you let them just talk and take their photos. They usually say, oh no, I don't like that, no. And they have to say, well, that's actually what you're really looking at. So look at it. But if that photo reveals something about you, then great. You know, I mean, I'm just going to give these photos to these girls now. So this is, you'll see it's not in the middle. The top of her head is cut off because she's wearing an interesting top here and she's got nice boots. But this is part of who she is. If I cut the photo there, it would not be this girl. It would not be the essence of who and what she is. All right? The same with this girl. If you didn't see the tattoo, she would be somebody different. She would be just any other girl. But she's got the tattoo, so I make that photo so that you just see a hint, and that reveals something for you about who these people are. Okay? So if they had just looked straight in the camera and made like this, these photos would have no impact. So try to get to the heart of the person that you are photographing, but they have to trust you enough to allow you to do so. Yeah. And I promise you, even this girl, though she has a middle this big and she probably weighs about 40 kilograms, when she sees this photo, she says, oh, but my face looks so fat.
That's Ansel.
So, learn some technical things, think a little bit about where the light is coming from, remember that you're working with light, and most importantly, when you're photographing people, get them to be natural and try to show your viewer a little bit like who that person really is. Mr. Toastmaster or
Today.
Toastmaster.